Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys? I hope you're doing good. So last time I filmed with my other camera. This time I'm going back to this camera because I feel like if it's not broken, why fucking fix it? Like, you guys were here before I got that fancy camera and I feel like that camera isn't really me, so just gonna film with this one. What do you guys think about this top? Like, this, I'm popping. It's not even a top, it's a dress, but you know, I'm popping. At least I feel like I'm popping today. Like, I feel like everything is just juicy on point today, even this hot mess. So I asked you guys, what did you want to see? Either the person who pretty much stalked me throughout Target for 2 days straight, or my 18 and engaged story. 18 and engaged clearly won. Oh, 18 and engaged to a cheater. It wasn't even 18 and engaged. It was fucking engaged to a cheater. Let me modify this. Hey, so much better. Okay, so let's talk. Okay, I gotta give you the backstory. We're gonna call this boy James. Yes. His real name clearly is not James, but we're gonna call him James. So James and I, let me give you the backdrop to the story, because you're gonna be like, how the fuck did she end up engaged to this kid? So James and I, we met when we were 12 through a friend. A friend of mine, James was her godbrother. So we meet James, and James instantly becomes a good friend of mine. Like, he's the funny guy off of the group. You know what I mean? He's that hilarious guy that you're like, he's funny. You know, like, he had everybody cracking up all the time. So he's the clown and I'm the clown with the horrible sense of humor. Put us together, you got the dynamic duo, because my sense of humor is cruel. Like, you fall down the stairs, I'm laughing. I will be on my knees laughing, and then like 10 minutes later I'll be like, are you okay? I'm that type of sense of humor. He's more of really funny sense of humor. So James and I, we get along great. Perfect. I meet him at 12. I dated him at 14 because we just stayed good friends. So at 14, I wanted a boyfriend. Like, everybody had a boyfriend and all my friends were older, so they all had boyfriends. Like, I was the 14-year-old who looked 17 and James was already 17. So it really didn't bother anyone because I didn't look my age and I didn't act my age. I've always said I've been an old soul my whole life. Like, I am a fucking old soul. I'm not a new soul at all. I'm 23, trapped in a 23-year-old body, but mentally I'm really like 40 maybe. So since I'm such an old soul, it really didn't bother us because I didn't act my age. He acted his age. They always say women mature sooner than men. So, oh, and if you hear any airplanes outside, I'm sorry, but I'm filming in front of a window and it's damn hot, and this sweater's hot, this sweater dress is hot, and I'm fucking sweating, but I need to get it through, and I want it to look, you know, decent for this video. I don't want to look like doo-doo like the last one. So I literally told him, so 14, you know, you guys know at 15, exactly a month and 10 days before my birthday, my grandmother passed away. So when I needed him, James was there. James literally went to the hospital twice a week to help me with my grandmother. He was there, even though we weren't together anymore. Like 14, we dated for 6 months. He was of a boyfriend. I couldn't handle it. Moved along. 15 comes around, and me and him, we've always stayed in touch. Like, our friendship wasn't ruined because we had kissed a couple of times and we held hands. It was boyfriend and girlfriend, you know what I mean? Our friendship stayed the same. So 15 comes around, my grandmother, so sophomore year comes around, and my grandmother, I started sophomore year in September. My grandmother gets sick in September 28th. And James was there. Like, he would go twice a week, help me with her, because I was the one at the hospital all the time. So James would go, he will help me take her to the bathroom, he will help me get her ice, the food, whatever she wanted. She used to throw up a lot because, you know, cancer is fucking insane and so sad to see people go through it. I'm so sorry. And thank you guys, by the way, I always do this, but thank you guys so much for sharing your cancer stories with me. I haven't been able to answer all of them, but my heart truly goes with you. I absolutely love you guys, and thank you so much for having my back on that video. Just know that we will unite, and I will marry a fucking scientist that's going to get rid of this goddamn disease or find a fucking shot so that we're, you know, okay with it. Scientists out there, you know, hit my line, boo. So, okay, so James is there, right? I didn't want to be a pity on anyone, so I didn't tell anyone really about my grandmother and her disease. I didn't want anyone's pity. I didn't want nobody to feel bad for me. I didn't want nobody to be all up in my space and, you know, feel like they had to do things for me. I didn't want to be a burden on anyone. And I only told really my close friends, like 3 close friends, and James. And James had my back. He would go to the hospital. You know, he always had my back. I will forever thank James about it. James, if you watch this, you know your name is not James, but I will forever have your back just like you had mine. So if you go through anything, boy, hit my line. So, okay, so 15 comes around, you know, James has my back. We continue talking. He actually moved from New York to Rhode Island in that transit of time. So he couldn't be there with me as much. But it was okay because I was eternally grateful for James and what he had done for me. Okay. 16 comes around. I move 15, late 15, December 23rd. My grandmother passes away on December 17th. December 23rd, I moved to Connecticut. I only said bye to my best friend, Patricia, who just got engaged yesterday. Congratulations, babe. I wish you the best. Yeah, many happiness and blessings your way, boo-boo. So, you know, I say bye to her because I was going to stay with her, but circumstances changed and I couldn't stay with her. So James and I, we don't say bye, but we continue to stay in contact. 16 comes around. I have a boyfriend. Wonderful boyfriend. I cheated, so I fucked it up, but James had my back. And the thing with James was, even if I was wrong or if I was right, he still had my back. You know what I mean? He was that guy that had my back regardless. Like, it's sunny outside, and if I say it's cloudy, James will argue with Jesus himself and tell them that it's fucking cloudy because I said so. You know what I mean? He's that ride or die friend. Oh my God, I'm truly sweating. Ride or die friend. He had my back regardless, which I adore of James. 16, break up with the boyfriend. Now we're back on track. Okay. 16, me and him dated for like 8 months. And that's okay. Like, you know, we broke up, it's fine. 17 comes around and James and I are getting close again. Now the story really starts on how he was that piece of shit. Let's talk, guys. Okay, so I just gave you the backdrop on James. James, ride or die, homie. Yes. Okay. 17 comes around and me and James start getting close. You know, he lives far, so we're having a long distance friendship at this moment. And we really start Skyping and getting close to each other. So what happens is he goes from Rhode Island back to New York, and he's going to take the train. So, you know, one of those long trip trains. And he tells me, can I text your mom to have more people to text? So, you know, I'm like, fine, whatever. You can text my mom. I asked my mom if she wanted to talk to James. She's like, sure, one of your friends. Why not? So we talk, and he wins over my mother. My mother is a tough cookie to crack, but he won her over. So James wins over my mother. And everything is great. I'm like, hey, you know, maybe I'll date James again. Here we go. James and I get into a long distance relationship. Every single day we would Skype from 6 p.m. to about 10:30 p.m. Every single day. Phone calls all day, text messages all day. Regardless of what we was doing, we was always talking, okay? There was never a time that me and James were not in contact. We were always in deep conversation. Deep contact, deep conversations. That was exactly what me and James were. We were 24/7 friends, in a relationship, now dating 24/7. My 18th birthday comes through and James couldn't make it. It was fine. It was fine with me, you know. And then he starts asking me about ring sizes. Okay, you know, remember, he's still in conversation with my mother. James he goes back to Rhode Island. He's living in Rhode Island again. My 18th birthday comes around and he starts asking about ring sizes. He starts telling me if I were ever to get married, where would I want to get married? Now, James is also Dominican and his family is well known in DR, just like mine. So we're well off in the Dominican Republic, right? Okay, we're good out there. So we started talking about if I ever got married. I said, well, it would be more convenient if I ever got married in DR because of my family. They would help plan it over there and I would just have to oversee things from here. You know what I mean? Everything would be just so much easier. James starts talking to me about this. Now, in my mind, I'm like, why are we talking about marriage and this junk? Right? Okay. Because when I was younger, I never wanted to get married. Marriage to me was like a disease. Like, ugh, cooties, child, stay away because I don't want none of them things. Hell no. I've seen plenty of divorces and cheating scandals. And this sugar mama here is good. So he starts putting these things in my mind, and I start thinking about marriage. Like, oh, maybe I do want to marry him someday. Oh, okay. He tells me to check the mail one day, and it was, let's say February. I believe it was days before Valentine's Day. So he tells me to check the mail. I check the mail. There's this orange envelope. You know those thick ass orange envelopes that you're like, is that a bomb? What the fuck is in there? James, I open this thing. We're on the phone. So it's, hello. Okay, yeah, I got the mail. Okay. So he's like, open it. And I'm like, okay. I open the mail and there's money in it. And I'm like, so what do I do with this? He said, I want you to buy yourself a place-holding ring. A place-holding ring. A place-holding ring. I'm sorry. My mother just texted me. A place-holding ring. And I was like, for what? He was like, because I have a surprise for you, but I don't want guys flirting with you. So I want people to get you, I want you to have a place-holding ring. Then he told me, when you buy the place-holding ring, call me tonight. Okay. No problem. I called him on Skype at night. I got me a place-holding ring. It was a nice ring. I clearly don't have it anymore because I gave it back just like I said in the preview. So, place-holding ring. I got it on. Oh God, this video is already 11 minutes. Probably gonna be like a 20-minute video. Sorry. So I got myself a place-holding ring, and on Skype, he proposes to me. He tells me, if you're the most beautiful woman in the world, why don't you marry me? We know you can make this. We're already best friends. We know we could do this. Well, I've always said, the day that I get married, I'm only getting married fucking once. I'm not getting married again. I'm done. Never getting married again. Completely done with that fuckery. So, okay. You know, whatever. I'm engaged now. Like, whatever you want to call it, I have this ring, and he's proposed. I said yes. Fucking engaged. Great. I'm 18 years old. Engaged. Ready to be a wife. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna be married. My mother is excited. My brother is excited. My whole family is excited. My mother calls my dad and tells my dad, and my dad said, I want a real proposal. I want James to ask me to marry my daughter. Like, I don't feel like this shit is legit until he doesn't ask me if he can marry my child. My mother says, tell James yourself. Fuck it. She gives my dad James' number. My dad and James start getting in contact. James wins my daddy over too. I'm like, y'all, this shit is gonna be easy. Life is gonna be lit. Like, shit, daddy-o approves, mama-o approves. Like, we poppin'. Okay, I start speaking to my grandmother in DR, and we start planning this wedding. Like, we said we were going to get married by 19, the summer of the year that I turned 19. So next year, I had a whole year to plan. Calling my grandmother. She's like, I got this. I got the venue. Tell me who to hook up. I start speaking to Jane's mother. She's looking for venues over there. I start speaking to the woman who's going to make me my dress. Jane's mother actually contacts the seamstress that's going to design my dress. I send her over a rough sketch. Let me give you guys a visual of this. I wanted lace like my grandmother. My grandmother, may she rest in peace. Her dress was off the shoulder like this. It was long sleeves, lace, fitted, bottom, loose. That's exactly what I wanted. And I have a piece of her scarf that I wanted cut into the heart of my dress. James' grandmother had passed away as well. We were going to get a piece of her wedding dress that he had, and we were going to stuff it on my other side, and we were going to get it on James' suit as well. Those were the plans. You know, we poppin'. These are plans that we got it in. Like, I was legit planning this wedding. We said we were going to have kids at 25. We were going to have kids. Twins running his family. Twins running my family. I want 4 kids. So we were going to knock out these kids in 2 rounds. Boom, 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 boom. Kids out. Done. No more kids. We're going to have this fabulous life. I was looking into getting an apartment over here because James was like, I'm not going to remove you away from your mother because you're best friends with your mother. It's the truth. Me and my mom were best friends. So my mother was like, you guys can live close by. Actually, the owner of the house that we lived in before, he was building a house across the street. So me and James were going to look into living across the street from my mom since we were that close. Do you guys hear this, right? Okay. That summer, which I had no idea of. Man, don't you guys hate strapless bras? These shits fall. Hate them. Anyways, that summer, like around July, we're planning. My mother starts redecorating the house. redecorating the home. She starts changing things around. She says we're gonna have this big ass party in the summer, a big ass cookout. I'm like, what is going on? James and I are still talking. Well, fast forward for 2 weeks, I'm begging my mother to tell me what's going on. James is being funky, she's being funky. I'm like, what is going on? She finally tells me that James is coming to propose to me in August. And my dad is going to be there. We're going to have like this big reunion where James is going to pop the question finally in person. I'm super excited, super nervous. Okay, August comes around. 2 weeks before James is supposed to come to me to pop the question, James starts acting funky. And no more Skype calls. Remember, we were Skyping the whole time. Phone calls every single day. Text messages all day. All of a sudden, James is no longer Skyping with me. Skype calls went from 6 p.m., like I said, to about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. They go from now 7 p.m. to about 7:30 because James has a new job. He can't really Skype me during the night. He can't really call me during the day. He can't really do anything because supposedly he's taking extra shifts to buy me a ring. I am the FBI. Can't mess with this bitch and her detective skills. I will FBI my ass on your ass. You can't do that. Okay, you can't fucking play me like that. Like, what are you doing, child? I'm still naive at this point, but I start digging into why James isn't really hitting me up. And I see this girl, beautiful girl. She is commenting on all of James' photos all of a sudden. She pops out the woodwork. Like, I literally didn't see this bitch coming. She just in the way. And I'm like, that's funky. But I don't mind it, you know. He has friends. I have no problem. He's a friendly guy. He's funny, like I said. One day, I asked James, is there something wrong? He tells me, no, I'm actually taking boxing classes because I want to be in a better shape for our wedding. I'm like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Let me get my ass into a better shape too. I start running. Okay. I came from a run one afternoon, like around 6:30. I came from a run and literally I sent James a, hey, babe, what are you doing? An hour passes by. I get in the shower. I come out the shower and on my phone, there's a big ass passage that says, who is this? I'm James' girlfriend. I text her back and I tell her, how are you James' girlfriend if I'm James' fiance? She says, fiance? James lives with me. He's sleeping with me right now. She sends me, I said, I don't believe you. She sends me a picture of James snoring his fat ass away. He wasn't fat, but you know, I was salty. Snoring his fat ass away right next to her. And I'm stupefied. Like, I'm like, wait, hold up. This is the man I'm supposed to marry. Why is he sleeping next to this bitch? James, I called the girl up. And I'm like, hello? What do you mean James is sleeping with you? I'm his fiance. He's supposed to come in 2 weeks to propose to me. She tells me, bitch, how? If he's living with me for about 3 months, he's been living with me. And he's not going anywhere that I know of. He's going to a job interview in Florida in 2 weeks. I was the job interview. Oh, I'm sorry, honey, but I was the job interview. Like, James was actually coming to see me. She is stupefied. She wakes James' dumbass up. I said, put me on speaker. I need to hear this from James' mouth. She puts me on speaker and James is like stupefied. Fucking James is stuttering. And I'm like, so you were going to tell me that I was the job interview when you were coming here to propose? He told me you weren't supposed to know and I wanted to keep it a secret because it was supposed to be a surprise. I said, okay, tell your little girlfriend, explain that to her, that I am your fiance. He explains to her that I'm her fiance. And she goes, so what am I to you? He said, I wasn't getting any from my fiance, so I was getting some from you. I hate when a man disregards a woman's feelings, okay? If you're getting sex from her, why couldn't you tell her the truth? Why you had to fucking lie? I'm going in my Dominican self. Vete pa la maldita mierda, hijo de tu fucking madre, muérete. I'm telling him to die. I don't give a fuck. You're fucking cheating on me. You're fucking cheating on her. We was engaged. What the fuck is this? James still finding a way to say how supposedly we were wrong. And she was wrong because she got it fucked up. And I was wrong because I got it fucked up to think that he would be faithful to me when we were in a long distance relationship. I was engaged at 18 to a cheater. Years pass. James and I, we don't update on James. James lives in Florida. So if you're in Florida, watch out for James. I'm not going to give you his real name, but watch out for James. We catch up once in a blue moon. And he's happy right now. And I'm happy for you, James. But people wanted to hear this story, so... if you're 18 and you're engaged, stop and think about it, boo-boo. Think about it real good. And if you need some detective tips, let me know. I will help you hunt down that cheating boyfriend. And if you think he's cheating, I'll help you hunt down if he is cheating too. So let me know, you guys, if you guys want to see the video on the Starbucks stalker for 2 days. And let me know what you guys think about this video. Also, comment below if you've ever been engaged to a cheater. Let me know. I really want to hear the stories. I love the juice. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'm sending you tons and tons of besitos.